In the shadows of the music industry, there emerges a figure unlike any other, a silhouette in the dim light. Teezo Touchdown, the enigmatic artist, dances on the edge of normality, defying every expectation society places upon musicians. At first glance, he might seem peculiar, unconventional even. Nails in his hair, an eccentricity that defies explanation. Yet therein lies the intrigue, the mystery that draws you in. Why? How? And more importantly, why does it work? The industry buzzes with whispers, legends, and half-truths about this musical anomaly. And as the rumors weave their tales, one fact becomes undeniable. Teezo Touchdown has not just broken the mold, he shattered it, leaving a trail of wonder and fascination in his wake. Join us as we unravel the enigma, peeling back the layers of this musical enchanter's story. Brace yourselves for the tension, the suspense that builds as we delve deeper into the mystique of Teezo Touchdown. Prepare for the moment of revelation, where the enigma transforms into understanding and the secrets behind his unconventional brilliance are laid bare. This isn't just a journey, it's a suspenseful expedition into the unknown. Are you ready to unlock the mysteries? But first, don't forget to like and subscribe for more artist deep dives. Teezo's acceptance has come as a surprise to many people in the industry. Listen to his intro to the song, Luckily I'm Having, a standout cut on Don Toliver's February album Love Sick, and you'll hear the unmistakable uniqueness of his voice. Coming out strong, what you hear at the beginning is a high-pitched voice belting out but also holding the note. The beat hasn't even started yet, and you realize that you're hooked to the sound that's so strange, yet so simple. Like a commentator once said, he's committing a heist by stealing the song from the song's owner. The same thing happened a month prior to this when Lil Yachty features him on track 2 of his psych rock pivot, Let's Start Here, on a funky car-ready jam titled The Ride. What you hear is Teezo coming in strong with a blend of styles that complements the owners, but still grabs all the attention in the song. It's like the kind of style that makes you want to listen to his album on a binge. People of different age groups have had their introduction to Teezo over the years. For younger fans, they might have gotten familiar with him over the past 2 years or so. Casual listeners, on the other hand, might have clocked him on Tyler the Creator's 2021 Victory Lap anthem, Run It Up. Or you could just identify him as the weird rapper who wears nails on his head. However, in your introduction to him, the reaction he brings out of you is a thirst and desire to know more. He makes you sort of inquisitive and curious. You could also say he catches your fancy in a definitely weird way. This attention-grabbing style, as mentioned earlier, is well fleshed out in his recently released debut album, How Do You Sleep at Night? This album is a much anticipated one, talking about 5 years of intense cooking. According to Teezo, his music is more of sounds from hip-hop, pop, R&B, and rock, blended in a way that's somehow both experimental and catchy at the same time. His songs are eccentric and forward-thinking, but they're anchored by a sense of familiarity and timelessness that makes them accessible. In this album, he combines his unique handle on flow, R&B melodies, pop hooks, and power ballad belted high notes to create one of the most refreshing listens of the year. While there have been a position response to the release, there also have been divisive reactions from certain quarters. Some detractors have argued that the album sounds like a disjointed jumbling of songs and feels like a surface-level pastiche that comes secondary to its theatrics. While certain songs do sound bizarre, like Impossible, Daddy Mama Drama, and Mood Swings, there are more the exception than the norm. Listening to this album feels like someone finally landed on a new recipe in pop music, and he also announces Teezo as one of the most exciting freshmen to debut in years. Teezo isn't fazed by his reactions though. Fans expect him to continue with his style of tinkering with sounds. In fact, he revealed that he scrapped previous versions of How Do You Sleep at Night before settling on the final version, which centers around a new sound he's created called Rockin' Boom. So, who really is Teezo Touchdown? One thing that stands out in his personality is his seeming carefree and playful attitude that he carries even into his songs. For example, there's the riff joke that he does in his feature on Run It Up with Tyler where he goes like, I'm running like a politician. I'm running like the water on the dirty dishes. I'm running like the roaches in the kitchen. I'm running like the damn transmission. In his words, I'd say read the instruction book, and then after you read it, burn it. This seemingly dual approach to things in life generally makes him a bit alluring and exciting in a weird way to the audience. This attribute is what eventually led to his featuring on Drake's album. Earlier in August, when Teezo played his album for Drake, he left behind a sticky note that said, "Teezo just played me his first album." Drake later responded by posting the sticky and some photos of the two together on Instagram with the caption, "I just heard some of the best music ever." And according to Teezo, it felt like his world blew over. In his words, "I still talk about the very high of that moment, waking up to that and seeing that was a very high moment." He continues by saying, because one, his penmanship, how he integrates R&B into what he does, and of course the active background, he's achieved a lot of things that a lot of artists aspire to be. So, as a fan, to hear that was great. Replies from Tyler and Lil Yachty further blew up Drake's response. This eventually led to him get features from top artists, ending him with featuring on 2 tracks in Drake's latest album. Behind all the noise, is Teezo Touchdown really the big deal or just another superstar wannabe? What gets a lot of people talking about himself and his music is how it is totally devoid of spite. Where many other artists might use that for fuel, Teezo seems to possess unreal levels of just pure good vibes and optimism that are passed across in his songs. In an interview, he shared a story that illustrates this point. He recounts how when he was in high school, there was a particular girl who didn't believe in him. She outright told him, "Yeah, man, you need to give it up." And speaking of his lisp, she said, "Listen to your speech, you're slurring all your words." Teezo said he immediately wondered where she got that idea from. According to him, a lot of people really just project what they got from others. So he was curious to know how she got where she was. So, is he the real deal? From all observations, it looked like he can only grow in his influence and expertise. By anchoring a new flavor of music, he can infuse into popular culture his brand of music, rock, and boom. And like all pioneers, he would be criticized, maligned, loved, adored, and divide people along very straight lines. But as long as he's keeping his head down, which he shows in his interviews, and can deliver great music every time, Teezo Touchdown may never touch down.